Today I'm going to be reviewing the One Step Closer Bible, and this is in the NLT version, and it's from Dayspring. So the cover is like a navy imitation leather. It has some gold foil design on the front, and then this is the spine. It has perimeter stitching and 3 ribbons. It also has a sewn binding and gold page gilding. Has a paste down liner, and it starts out with a presentation page. And then this Bible was done by Candace Cameron Bure, and she has like a note in the front here, kind of a quote by her, welcome letter to the One Step Bible. And then she has a note here just of some questions that she's gotten from people before, like, why should I read and study the Bible? What does it mean to be saved? So she just pulled out a couple questions that people have asked her before and then put her answers to that in here. We also have how to use this Bible. Another quote. We have an alphabetical listing of the books and contributors. And then she has a section called Read This First. So it kind of welcomes you into the Bible. It tells you what the features are, how to use the Bible, and what are some things you're going to see once you get into it. So one of the most important or the biggest features of this Bible is the Help Finder Index. So the Help Finder Index we're going to get into as we get to the end of the Bible here, but it basically gives you a whole bunch of topics, some questions that you might ask yourself about that topic, and then it tells you some scriptures that go along with that. So we'll get into that once we get to the back of the Bible. There's also application notes throughout. There are book introductions, promises from God, and great Bible passages to study and memorize, and great Bible stories for discovering God's truth. And we'll see all of these as we get into the Bible here. So then we get into the Old Testament. We have book introductions for each book. They're about a page or so in length. It also is, there's some key, like an outline of what you'll be reading about in each book. And then there's key verses as well. This is a double column format. It's about an 8-point font. The font is a little small in this. It's probably my only, wouldn't really say complaint, but like my only thing that I would change about the Bible is to maybe have it slightly larger, like a 9. As I said, there's application notes throughout. You can see just little notes. That one's about rest. There's one here about salvation, faith. So there's the themes, and these are the themes you're going to see in the Help Finder Index in the back that go along with that, and then you'll be able to look up these notes as well, or you can just read them as you're going through and reading the Bible. There are lines at the sides of the page, or the margin here, if you want to take notes. It's not a ton of space, but definitely room for notes. This is one of the promises from God. So they pull out a scripture passage that show God's promises throughout the Bible. So I'll just skip ahead through a little here. Show you a couple different pages. So getting into the New Testament here, it is a red letter text. The red lettering's not too terrible. It could be a little darker, but it's not too hard to read. Just going to get to the end here. Another book introduction. Okay, so I just want to show you the features here at the end. Pages are still sticking together a little bit back here. Okay, so this is the Help Finder Index. So like I said, this is the biggest feature of this Bible and what makes it unique. As you can see, they give you a topic. So like abilities is the first one. Gives you a little like introduction to that topic or concept, and then it asks some questions like, what if I don't feel like I have many abilities? Will God ever ask me to do something outside of my abilities? How should I use my abilities? And then underneath that, there's scriptures to answer those questions. And there's also little notes in here as well from the authors about that. So scriptures and then some notes as well to go along with it. So this is pretty extensive. It goes quite, you can see all these pages that have like this blue rectangle here. It goes all the way through there, so it's pretty long. Lots of topics. Worry, I need that one. And then at the end of that, we have great Bible passages to study and memorize. And then it gives you the scripture to look up, it gives you the topic, and it gives you the page number. We also have great Bible stories for discovering God's truth. Same format, they give you the scripture, the topic, and the page number. Let's see, there's a couple pages of that. And then we just have a note to the readers, an introduction to the New Living Translation, the Bible translation team, and then we get to the end of the Bible. So this is a nice Bible if you want that help finder index, like you want to be able to look up a topic and find some notes about that, find some scripture. That would be probably the biggest purpose for this, the thing that makes it the most unique, I would say, about this Bible. The NLT is also really easy to read, so it would be a great Bible to pick up as well if you like that translation. So this is, again, put out by Dayspring, so you can find it on their website. And that is the One Step Closer Bible.